Your pet looked fine yesterday. That's the part that should bother you. Cats and dogs are experts at appearing completely healthy, right up until the moment they clearly aren't. And by the time you notice something is wrong, the truth is usually that something has been wrong for a while. Health and illness, comfort and quiet suffering, sitting in the same calm little body at the same time. And that's the unsettling part nobody warns you about when you bring a pet home. It isn't hiding its symptoms from you by accident. It's doing it on purpose, in the oldest sense of the world. Veterinarians will tell you the same thing over and over. By the time a cat or dog is visibly limping, refusing food, or acting off, the underlying problem has often been building for weeks, sometimes months. That's not a failure of your attention. It's the result of an animal actively working to look normal for as long as it possibly can. The slowed breathing kept just barely steady, the favored leg used just
To understand why, you have to imagine a world where looking weak was its own kind of death sentence. In the wild, an animal that visibly limped, whimpered, or slowed down became the obvious target the moment a predator was scanning the group. The easiest meal in a landscape where difficulty finding food made every advantage matter. Among social animals living in packs or colonies, showing sustained weakness could mean losing rank, losing access to food, even losing a place in the group entirely, because injured or sick members were sometimes seen as a liability the group couldn't afford to protect. The animals that could suppress every visible sign of pain and keep functioning as if nothing were wrong were simply the ones who survived long enough to pass that skill on. If you enjoy discovering the wild animal hiding inside ordinary pets, stick around, because almost none of this stoicism is a personality trait. It's a survival mechanism that never got the memo that the danger is gone.
That masking instinct didn't stay optional. Over countless generations, the animals that leaked the fewest visible signs of pain or illness were consistently the ones who avoided being targeted. So the suppression got wired deeper and deeper until it stopped being a choice an animal was making and became something automatic, running underneath conscious awareness. Vocal cries got quieter, limps got smoother, breathing patterns stayed as close to normal as the body could manage. None of it required decision-making. It simply ran, the same way flinching at a loud noise runs, whether or not there's any actual danger left to hide from. Veterinary researchers have spent years trying to work around exactly this problem. Because cats and dogs can't describe their pain and are biologically driven to conceal it, scientists develop.
And here's where the past quietly collides with the present. In the wild, successfully hiding an illness for a few days might mean the difference between recovering quietly on your own terms and being singled out by something hungry. Today, that same successful hiding means the difference between a vet catching a problem early when it's treatable and a family finding out only once the disease has already progressed for months. The predator disappeared. The performance kept running exactly as designed, just against the one thing in the modern world that could actually help. This is where the story gets a lot harder to shrug off, because that ancient skill now works directly against the animal it's protecting. Veterinarians frequently diagnose serious conditions, kidney disease, cancer, dental disease, arthritis, only after they've progressed far beyond where early intervention would have mattered most, specifically because the early warning signs were suppressed so effectively that nothing looked wrong. What feels like a pet
And that reveals something a lot deeper than a simple biological quirk. Your pet isn't choosing to withhold information from you. It doesn't understand what a veterinarian is or that help exists on the other side of honesty. It's running the only strategy its ancestors ever had for surviving weakness. A strategy built entirely around a world with no safety net, applied inside a world that is now full of one. In a strange way, that makes even the most comfortable, most protected pet a kind of quiet actor, performing wellness it may not actually feel for an audience of predators that no longer exists. So the next time your cat eats a little slower than usual, or your dog seems just slightly more careful getting onto the couch, don't wait for the obvious signs. For a moment, you're not watching a stubborn animal refusing to admit something's wrong. You're watching a survival strategy older than language, quietly running its course inside a body that no longer needs to hide from anything at all. And maybe that's the part that stays with you the next time everything about your pet looks completely